Welcome to the November 2014 edition of Tech in 10. My name's Lisa Bradshaw, and I'll be presenting an amazing free resource for informational text, argumentative text, primary sources, and digital media that includes photographs and videos. The Arizona State Library website can be found at www.azlibrary.gov. Provides these resources for those living in Arizona for free. No account or login is required. You only need your zip code. To access these resources on the State Library website, first go to the website, www.azlibrary.gov, then click on Digital AZ Library. From here, click on Resources for Learners. For our purposes today, we're going to stick in the elementary grades K through 8 section. Now, if you're a middle school teacher, you may want to look at the resources under high school and junior high because there are additional resources there. Under elementary K through 8, 7 databases are provided for students and teachers. We're going to spend some time exploring a couple of these resources. No matter which database you choose, when you click on it, you will need to enter your zip code to be able to access it. I'm going to click on Login. Now I chose the Britannica School database. When this one opens, you can either type in the specific search term or just browse by level. I'm going to click on elementary. Now I can browse by the type of media. I'm going to go to articles. Then this is going to give me different subjects I can browse by. So I'm going to look for a math article today. I'm going to narrow all the way down to mathematics. And I'm looking for the geometry article. When the article opens up, you'll notice that the article is in the center. Looks a whole lot fancier than the old Britannica encyclopedia we used to use. Articles in the center, I can click on each heading. And within each heading, I can actually scroll down to read more. It also provides an audio recording to listen to. Over on the left-hand side, there's additional media that's available, videos and images that I can access. Over on the right-hand side are some tools such as print and cite. You'll also see that there's different reading levels. So there's a level 1, a level 2. Once I go to level 2, a level 3 will show up. Level 1 is appropriate for elementary school students. Level 2 is going to be most appropriate for middle school, and level 3 most appropriate for high school students. As I increase in reading level, the text will change along with the images and layout of the article. So not just the text is changing. It's important to note because it is important for them to be able to look at more sophisticated layout and more sophisticated images when they're looking at digital media. I'm going to go back to level 1, and you'll notice that when I go back to level 1, it actually doesn't take me back to that elementary version. The text is the same as the elementary version, but the layout is completely different. To get back to that elementary layout, I actually need to click the back button to get back to it. There we go. The last section I want to point out in Britannica School is the teacher section. This will provide you with a Lexile measure for the level article you are on. And I can actually view the standards also. So I'm looking at Common Core standards right now. I can go language arts or math. Because it's a math article, it actually does tie the math standards to it as well. And I can now choose a grade level and view the results. And here's the grade 2 math standards that go along with the article that I'm looking at. The next database we're going to look at is Kids InfoBits. Like Britannica School, you can enter a search term or browse by subject area. The results, let me get to a topic first. I'm going to go to Geography and some landforms. I'm going to go to Grand Canyon today. There we go. Now, these results are actually categorized by books, pictures, magazines, and news. You'll notice that a lot of these articles are fairly recent as well. Pay close attention to what's included here in this information. It does give you the source, the date, and it gives you a word count, and for some of the resources, it's going to give you a Lexile level as well. Great for you as the teacher in trying to find good quality text for your students that is at the appropriate level. When I click on a resource and go to the actual text, it does give me the option to listen. I also have tools over to the side like downloading the text, citation tools, as well as being able to print this article. Next few databases are called in context. Now these are going to be very similar in setup. We're going to use the opposing viewpoints today. If you are a social studies teacher, check out the U.S. history. There's tons of primary sources embedded in there. If you're a science teacher, well worth your time to look into the science in context as well. The setup for these is very similar. I'm going to look at opposing viewpoints because this is great for argumentative text and looking at how one side presents their view versus another side. I'm going to go to natural disasters, a fairly safe topic. And you'll notice that it actually gives you some information, some background information about the topic first. I'm also going to see lots of different types of text. So it's going to sort these texts by featured viewpoints, primary sources, statistics, news, lots of different types of text that it's going to present for me. Over on the left-hand side, it's going to give me some tools, really great ones, some interactive maps, videos, images, and audio, all about this topic. Now, we don't have time today to explore these last two resources, but if you're an elementary teacher, definitely check out the National Geographic Kids. This actually provides some of the National Geographic level reader ebooks and National Geographic Kids e-magazines. So you'll be able to actually navigate those books and magazines online. Novelist Plus is a database list of books that can be searched. It's great to get ideas for books to read, but please note it does not include the actual text of the books. It's just a list of books. It does go from ages 0 all the way through adult, so it's not just for upper elementary and middle school level. If you're an elementary teacher or a preschool teacher, it is a great resource to be able to find some books. And remember, it's just the titles and descriptions of the books. Now, why digital texts? Why am I pointing out all of these great digital resources? Well, when we look at what's expected in Common Core, all of these ELA standards actually include technology. So it's important that the kids are able to read, write, speak, listen to digital media and digital texts. This image will be included in that email that comes along with the Tech in 10, that monthly email. So check out these standards, and it does list here which grade levels apply to that standard that includes technology. If you'd like more information about this resource or ideas on how to use it in your classroom, please contact me, Lisa Bradshaw, in the Professional Development Office. Thank you so much for your time today spent watching Tech in 10.